Hello everybody and welcome back to Herbies Garage. Today we're on the 2002 Honda GL1800 Goldwing and I'm getting ready to install my wheel dressing. The ones that came on the bike had some problems, you know, they're broken tabs and discoloration and just things. So I ordered a new set and I'm going to put them on today in case you were interested in putting one on. And they don't come with instructions. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and let's get started. All right, we're going to take this fender off first. There's just 4 screws that hold it on, 2 on each side. We'll loosen them up with a ratchet and then take them off with the impact a little bit quicker. There's 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then we'll just lift the fender off, put it in a safe spot so we don't scratch it. Okay, now we're going to take this off of here. This has 2 screws holding it on, and they're the shoulder screws. We have to remove that because I believe right here we're going to be using for these dress-up things. Now let me show you. It comes with 2 of these, of course. And I'll show you the difference in the looks of it. This is a lot nicer looking than this one, of course, because it's new. Looks like it's going to go on like this. So 1 bolt's going to go in there. And we had to take off this piece here in order to access this bolt. So you have to get to this point in order to install this. And it also comes with a ring of fire kit if you want to install the lighting on the inside in here to make it look cool. I'm not going to be putting it on, but if you wanted to, it's there. And sometime in the future I may change my mind, so I'll keep it. But for right now, I'm not going to install it. It also has new brackets to install on here. This one's for this side. And they do look a little bit better than mine, but my nuts on mine are welded on better on this one. These have little tack welds on them. I don't know if they're going to hang in there very long, so I'm keeping mine on it. Hopefully it's the same bolt hole pattern. I think it probably is. It does look like it. Also comes with some bolts. I don't know if that's enough bolts. It doesn't look like it is, but we'll find out. And it also comes with one for the other side, of course. And we'll put it over here. Okay, let's check these bolts out before we do anything. And it looks to me like we have a long bolt, a short bolt, and 2 medium length bolts. So we have to figure out where these go. I think this long bolt goes with the nut, and it's going to go right here, I'm pretty sure. Then we have 2 short little screws, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to go down into this hole right here. You have to go through this cutout in order to put this in. But I think that's going to screw in right here. So we could get that one going first. And I am going to put thread locker on these. So there's the bolt there. And I'll hold it with my screwdriver, and then we'll get it started. Okay, now I have kind of the medium length one. I think that's the one I'm going to use for up here. A little thread locker on that. Tighten those up. Okay. And then this one, that's a pretty long one. Okay, I'm not going to use the long one on this one. I'm just going to use the medium length one. Now this comes with a lock nut right here, but I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of blue thread locker on it anyway. And you got to reach around the other side of the fork and put it in. And then with the 10mm, I'm just going to hold it and then tighten it up. That's pretty secure. Then we'll go ahead and put this cover back on. And I'll put some thread locker on these bolts. I want thread locker on everything on this front end because the last thing that you want is for anything to come off on the front end, even decorative stuff. See, that's going to make those holes line up pretty good. You got to move stuff around a little bit whenever you go to tighten this stuff up in order to get everything to line up perfectly. All right. That lines up right there. It's a little bit off, but I think it'll be fine. All right, so now we'll take this cover off of this back one. And the bolts that you take out from here, just make sure you keep them separated. You don't want to get this mixed up. So I'll put those two bolts together and I'll put this piece right there. Okay, so now we want this to, let's see, this goes on down here. Whoop. This goes on like this. Okay, there's a bolt right here I have to remove. This is what holds this top part in. Goes through this hole right here. Yours may or may not have that on there. Mine had it in there from the last one. Okay, so now we're down to a long one. See, this long one here was supposed to go in this hole. But I'm going to reuse this one that I had in it because it's got a hex head on it. So I won't be using the long one, but the long one goes in that hole. As you can tell, it's the same length as the one they supply. So long bolt goes there. And then the medium length bolt will go here, and then the short bolt will go there. So we'll take the short bolt, put a little bit of thread locker on it. And again, it goes right here, like you'd be going through this opening right here in the front of it. You can get to the head of it through that whole opening there. And screw that in. Okay, then the medium length bolt, put some thread locker on it. And we'll put it in the front here. Wow, that's way off. All right, so I'm going to take this bolt, put some thread locker on it, and we got a little bit of a problem here because this bolt doesn't want to line up. And it's not the hole location. Honestly, this is going to end up breaking. I'm pretty sure. That's got way too much stress on that. Everything else looks like it's lining up except for this one bolt. Let's go ahead and take it in, see what happens. Wow, that thing's under a little bit of stress. Hopefully it won't break. So let's make sure all these are tight. Some thread locker on these bolts for this back cover in the rear. You got to kind of wiggle this cover around until that bolt kind of drops in, because it seats in a bigger hole. It's got that shoulder on the bolt that has to line up. Alright. See how it works. This upper one looks really good. I'm going to put a little bit of a blue thread locker on the bolt. And like I say, it looks like it's lined up, so let's go ahead and start that in there. We may have to move the bottom one around until we find the hole. Put some blue thread locker on that one. Now I'm going to switch to a nut driver so I could push at the same time. Alright, I'm going to leave that loose until we get the other side tight. Alright, let's put some thread locker on this one. I'll try to get that lined up. Trying to feel that shoulder of that bolt hitting that hole just right. Okay. A little thread locker on that one. There we go. All right. Clean them up a little bit. Okay, that's the finished product. I think it looks really good. Appreciate you coming along and watching. And if you want to get this dress-up kit, I'll leave a link in the description for it. I think it was $85 plus tax, so it's not too bad. So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and leave me a comment. I sure would appreciate it. All right, I'll talk to you on the next one. Thanks for watching.